It's been the best lineup in years. Surprised? I think a lot of fans weren't expecting that they were going to be able to land two bats and maybe most noteworthy bats that were thought to be available. You get them both in Naylor and Gino Suarez, and then you do get your lefty for the pen. I was surprised. I thought Naylor and an arm they'd probably be done. So the fact that they brought Gino in here is absolutely huge. I mean, they nailed it. I said this yesterday that I've been as big a critic as anybody about what the front office and ownership has done, what they haven't done. If you're like me, you got to tip your cap here. They nailed it. You can look at whatever publication you want, whatever website you want, when they talk about winners and losers of the trade deadline, and across the board, they've got the Mariners as big winners. Unfortunately, the Mariners weren't the only team making moves. The Rangers made moves. The Astros bring Correa back. They made moves outside of that. So everybody outside of the A's made their team better. But I like this Mariners lineup. I really like the lineup if we can get everybody clicking, which we'll find out. On the heels of a Kirby game like last night where he goes 6 shutout innings, gives up just 3 hits. If the pitching can get more in that line of performance, and Luis Castillo's been there coming off a fantastic performance, you get that kind of pitching with this lineup, I'm looking at them as if they're not the favorite, they're neck and neck with the Astros. I think it's Logan Gilbert. Logan Gilbert is the guy that, you came into the season with him as your ace. He was your opening day starter. He led all of Major League Baseball in innings last year. He's a guy you count on to really take the heat off the bullpen and take some heat off the offense even, where he's going to, more importantly, he's going to lock a team down. And that's what he did the majority of last year. It's going to be him or Wu. Wu's been your most consistent performer this year. 6 innings every single start so far. Guy that finished last year with a sub-3 ERA. So to me, it's kind of 1 and 1A between those two guys being the ones that Logan's got to get back to being that guy. Wu's just got to maintain being that guy. I mean, how do you not love seeing a young kid go out there and do what he's doing? He's playing great defense out there. To see him muscle up on a ball the way that he did, where, they weren't sure if it was 470 feet, 450. I guess they settled on 456. He crushed it, and it was just cool to see. And then to back that up with a triple afterwards. So you can see the confidence growing. I mean, it's still a big game, and he's still getting his feet wet. But I think it's been pretty seamless for the most part, especially defensively. He's done a really nice job out there, and I think you feel good about your infield defense with him at second base. So even though you take a little bit of a hit at third, Ben Williamson was spectacular defensively. Gino's a good defense. He doesn't have the range that Williamson had, but you've got a solid second baseman out there and a very young guy who's gaining confidence and starting to see that confidence come through at the plate. Ooh. That's a great question. It's been years. It's been the best lineup in years. I mean, you have to go back to, when Nelson Cruz was here with Seager and Cano. Probably since those days. I'd have to go back and look at those lineups 1 through 9. But I'm thinking back in the days when you had that kind of pop and you had that kind of on base. You had. Yeah, I would say since the days of Nelson Cruz and Kyle Seager and Robinson Cano when they were all together, this is probably the best 1 through 9 I've seen since then.